Hi everyone, this is just a quick explanation of how I set up my motion simulation just for immersion purposes on my sim rig. I have three different devices working. At the back of my rig I have a Buttkicker. For my seat I have the Next Level Racing Haptic seat cushion, the HF8. And recently, I have just mounted two Dayton audio bass shakers, one to the front left and one to the front right of my rig. You can see in the middle of the screen, I have SimHub open, and I have my bass shakers, and I have motors, and the motors are the Shake It motors. Shake It motors are for controlling the HF8 seat cushion, and the bass shakers are for controlling, obviously, the Dayton audio bass shakers. Now, over here on the right, I have HaptiConnect installed. And HaptiConnect is the software you get with the Buttkicker. And you can see I've got it set so the rumble strips, the gear shift, and the suspension are all on. And within iRacing, I go in to the miscellaneous tab and I turn the LFE on. I select my Buttkicker. I'm going to collect the minus 10 decibel filter, and then I can set different features within iRacing, and that will control my Buttkicker. Now I don't control Buttkicker in SimHub because if I do that, there's a conflict with the bass shakers, and I can show that to you now. So if I go to my Shake It Bass Shakers section and click that, you can see that I have a Buttkicker input, and I have something called Speakers USB 2.0 device. The Speakers USB 2.0 device are the Dayton Audio bass shakers, and you can see I've set it so that they're working at the front left and the front right, and I've got them on 100, and I can test them, and I don't think you can hear that or feel that, but they are working. If I go into the output tuning for that, I want to select generated sound gain. Okay, that's great. The effects profile for it, I have the ABS selected, I have road rumble selected, wheel lock, and wheel slip selected. So for my Dayton Audio bass shakers, when I experience these effects on track, I will get vibrations. And I've set the vibrations at different frequencies. So for the ABS, I've set it at 80 hertz. And you can do that just by opening up the little tab for the ABS. And you can do a lot of things here. So you can tinker around quite a bit. But I've just set the frequency at 80 hertz. So I will recognize that type of vibration. And I've made it a high priority type of vibration. I've done the same thing for the other items like road rumble and wheel lock. But again, I've set them at different frequencies. So I've got a 44 hertz here. So I can recognize what the vibration is telling me from the sim. Now I'm not using all of them because if you use all of them, it's too muddy an effect. So you can see from the Buttkicker, I got rumble strips and gear shift and suspension. And on my bass shakers, I've got ABS, I've got a little bit of road rumble because that's nice, and wheel lock and wheel slip. And that's mainly for the front left and front right wheels. So that helps me recognize what's going on. Now, if I go back to my sound output tab, you can see I have the Buttkicker here, but it's turned off. If I turn it on, it does work, but when you're trying to do your effects, it goes back to the same effects that you've already selected, or in my case that I've already selected for my bass shakers. So there's a bit of a conflict there. So I'd have the same effect coming through two different devices. So I don't really want that. So instead of using the Buttkicker through SimHub, I'm using the Buttkicker through the HaptiConnect software and iRacing settings, the LFE here, and I'm using the bass shakers from Dayton Audio through SimHub. Now, for the Next Level Racing HF8 seat cushion, I go to Shake It Motors, and in Shake It Motors, I have a tab called Force Feel Pad, and then it says Next Level Racing HF8 Haptic Gaming Pad. So that is one of the choices that I have, and I have my output tuning that I can click on, but this is 8 channel. That's why it's HF8. There's 8 channels, and you can see I've got the front right seat, the front left seat, the rear right seat, the rear left seat, the left right back, the left back, and then et cetera, et cetera. We've got 8 different channels here. Now, again, you've got all of these effects that SimHub gives you the choices for. And I just want to quickly mention that you do get software with the HF8, but it seems like SimHub is a little bit better and gives you a bit more opportunity to play around with things than just the software you get with the Next Level Racing HF8 software. So I'm using SimHub for that. So again, what do I have selected? Well, I don't. ABS is off because I already have that on my bass shakers. Now, in the seat, it's nice to feel the acceleration and the deceleration G-forces. So I have those on, and they're set on the back of the seat. So I feel a rumbling in the back of my seat through my back when I am accelerating and decelerating. I've also got gear shift on, just like I do with the Buttkicker, because it gives you a nice little jolt when you shift gears, which feels really nice. It doesn't feel painful. It feels really cool. Now, I'm not using jump landing or anything. Now, road impact, you can see that the pattern here is kind of strange, but what I do here is you select, okay, front left, the front left. If you feel impact on the front left, I'm going to feel that in my back lower left. If I feel a front right impact, again, that's in the back lower right. And so I've done that for these 4 settings. I've done the same thing for road rumble and road vibration. So what about the bottom? What about the seat part of the haptic seat cushion? Well, other than the gear shift, I also have my wheel lock set to that and my wheel slip set to that. So I'm going to get some effect for wheel lock and wheel slip through my bass shakers and in the seat of my pants on the haptic feedback HF8 Next Level Racing Gaming seat cushion. So those are the 3 things that I am using. I am using the seat cushion for these effects, which I can tune and put any way I want. And I find that, less is more for each one of them. Otherwise, you're muddying all the effects. For the bass shakers, I'm using the 2 Dayton Audio bass shakers, front left and front right. Again, with just, a limited number of effects, ABS, road rumble, wheel lock, wheel slip. And then if I want to use my Buttkicker, instead of using what I've got here in SimHub, I'm using the HaptiConnect software that comes with the Buttkicker and making some settings within iRacing for the Buttkicker. So there you have it. That is my setup for vibrations or simulated motion in iRacing. And again, it's all for immersion, and I love it. When I don't turn it on and I'm driving, it feels sterile. There's no feel that you're actually driving on a road. It's like you're floating in air. So once you have it going, it's great. I guess the drawback is once you have it going and then you don't turn it on, or if it drops out, then you feel like you've lost something. So it is a fantastic way to add some immersion to your sim rig, and I'm really enjoying it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Happy racing!